Hi ladies, welcome back. This is Christina Drake, Growth Group Coordinator with Purposeful Living. This is our Be Brave series as we walk through the Exodus. This is session 5 and it is walking through the struggle. So last episode that we had a quick chat, we talked about how God delivered the Israelites by having them walk through the Red Sea. He pulled the waters back on each side, had great sea walls, but when the Egyptians who were following them, oppressing them, they came through to walk on the dry land through the sea. God closed the sea walls back, completely wiped out. So Aaron, Moses and Aaron brothers, and their sister Miriam. Miriam was so excited, and she picked up tambourines, took a bunch of ladies, led them through the camp, singing praises, saying how great God was and how he delivered them. It was a great time of rejoicing that the oppression was over. So they began walking through the wilderness on the journey to this land of abundance, or the promised land. And about 3 days in, they were walking in the wilderness, in the desert, no water. And so the people were complaining, reached out to Moses and said, "Why did you bring us out here? And we're basically dying of thirst." And God provided them water to drink. They moved a little bit farther, and as they were walking, they didn't have enough food. So they complained to Moses and Aaron, and this time a little bit more bitterly. So why would God bring us out here? Why wouldn't he just kill us in the land of Egypt and let us die there? Now you brought us out here to die of thirst and hunger. And God provided them food in a different way than what they would have expected. But he rained down, had quail come in, and then what they called manna, or bread from heaven, and it's almost like a wafer. So for 40 years, when they walked through the wilderness, God provided meat and bread. And so the neat thing that he talked about in the Exodus, and this story takes place over Exodus 15, 16, and 17, he would provide them the meat and the bread only one day at a time. So they couldn't go out and gather excess. They had to trust him and depend on him for the next day. But if they got gathered, what they gathered in abundance for the next day, it rotted. So God was trying to teach them that as you walk through this struggle or this trial, I'm going to put you in a situation where you have to trust me every single day. And that was tough. And if you think about walking through the struggle, they'd just come through oppression, and now sometimes we ask the question of, like, if we just got out of bondage, if we just got out of oppression, why does this walk have to be so hard? And they're asking a lot of questions, and there are a lot of doubt. And we think in our minds, when we go through a struggle, it's real easy to isolate, to ask questions. Why does this happen to me? To compare, to get down, to be depressed. And what a great thing is to have a friend or someone to speak a little bit of encouragement into your life. But this is where the Israelites were. They were upset and they were broken in the struggle. And why God wanted them to walk through the struggle before they got to the promised land. And we read in the end story, and that God always talks and judges us on our end story and not the struggle or not the beginning. But he talked about how he tested them, that they would follow him. And God is such a good God. He knows we need our needs, and he will take care of those. And he has said, "Seek me first. Remember me. Remember what I did for you." And he is a generous God. And in Psalms it says that, "But you, O Lord, are a God full of compassion. You're gracious. You have grace. You're long-suffering. You're patient with us. And you're abundant in mercy and truth." So even when we struggle, we're in the struggle and we don't understand why, and we're doubting and we're down and we're lacking encouragement, and sometimes our faith is dwindling. Why would this happen? Why do we have to struggle this way? The Lord is patient with us. And sometimes if we just hold on and say, "Lord, I trust in you, but help me with my unbelief." And every single day that we're walking through the struggle, if we come back and say, Lord, I trust you, but help my unbelief. I believe in you. Help me. Because this seems like I don't have my needs met. I have to trust you every single day. This doesn't feel secure. I don't understand. And I have questions that are unanswered. Why would you give me a promise if I have to struggle to walk through it? It's the struggle. But the Lord says every single day, if you'll reach out to me, I'll help you through that struggle. And just like the Israelites, when they were walking through, when they were released from oppression, but they still had work to do. And the Lord says, every single day I'm going to work with you. I want you to trust me. We're going to walk through the struggle together. So ladies, if you're in a struggle today, I just want to encourage you that God hasn't left you. He's right there beside you. And I want to encourage you that the struggle will end. There is hope. Have a good day.